Hello everyone and welcome to Under 5, a series where I take a complicated issue and explain it to you guys in 5 minutes or less. What is the difference between weather and climate? To put it simply, weather is what is happening outside today, and climate is the average of what's happening over many days. The high temperature for today, the low temperature for today, will it rain today? Will it be sunny today? Are all of what makes up weather. Climate, however, is weather over time, or the long-term patterns. The standard used by most scientists for climate is the averages over a 30-year period. Once you average over these long time periods, you start to see some general patterns over a specific region. For example, somewhere like Iowa in the middle of the United States has a humid continental climate. This involves 4 distinct seasons with cold winters and warm and humid summers. Along with this, there's also notably higher precipitation in the summer months. If we then look somewhere else in the world, like the Sahara Desert, we then have a very different climate. The Sahara Desert is actually divided into 2 different climate regions. This desert is dominated by a dry subtropical climate in the north and a dry tropical climate in the south. The dry subtropical region experiences very high annual and daily temperature ranges. Winters are cold and dry. Summers are very hot, and there are 2 maximums in precipitation. On the other hand, the dry tropical region is characterized by a strong annual temperature cycle that is related to the sun angle. Winters are mild and dry, while the summers are hot and dry. And during the summer months, there is also a variable rainy period. Every place on the globe is classified into a different climate region. This is usually done using the Köppen climate classification. This map shows the different zones around the globe for the Köppen classifications. In the description, you can also find a link to see the different names and descriptions for each classification. Those of you from the central US know just a couple weeks ago we had some very extreme cold events. So we're going to relate back these ideas of climate and weather back to this single event. This event is obviously considered a weather event. It lasted only a couple days and does not reflect the average overall. It's simply an outlier in the larger set of data that makes up the climate for the region. This is important to remember because it does not describe the climate as a whole and also does not describe the state of the climate as a whole. If we look at the month of January as a whole for the central United States, we find that temperatures weren't actually that far below average for the month. In general, once we average over the entire month, temperatures in the central United States were near average or only slightly below average. This is true for most of the United States, except for the western coast, which actually saw above average temperatures for the entire month of January. Going even further, if we look at global trends, things are even warmer. Globally, January 2019 was the 3rd warmest January on record. Australia in particular received record-breaking heat. This heat then carried on into the month of February as well. Soon we'll hopefully have a report on the temperatures for the entire month and we'll be able to see how this February compared to those in the past. Why is this all important? Well, humans sometimes struggle with bigger pictures. It's very easy to focus on yourself, look at the things that affect you, and then forget about the things in the world around you. This is unfortunately exactly what is happening with climate. People will often say, it was cold today. That means global warming isn't real, right? But today's weather is only a very small piece of the much bigger picture. This is also why it's difficult for humans to accept climate change as an issue. We often live in the now, and we aren't always the best at planning what's going to happen 10 years from now, what's going to happen 50 years from now, what's going to happen 100 years from now. This is also a large reason why living sustainably means also voting sustainably, lobbying more sustainably, looking at the bigger picture to make a difference, and not just focus on yourself. However, it is still also very important to self-reflect and see what you are doing and see how you can improve the world around you. Keep moving forward, and we can make a huge difference. And hopefully soon everyone will understand why climate and weather are 2 very different things. For now, that is all the time I have for Under 5. If you liked this video, please leave a thumbs up so I know, and join the conversation down in the comments. Did this video help you understand weather and climate better? What else do you still want to know about these topics? Leave a comment down below and let me know. Next week, look out for the first episode of Does It Work? In this series, I take two different products, one that is the sustainable alternative and one that is the everyday product we typically use, and we see which one works better. This time it will be beeswax wrap versus plastic wrap. Who will win? Subscribe to find out. I upload new videos every Sunday and every other Wednesday. If you'd like to keep up with my journey of living more sustainably in between uploads, you can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.